With legal cases that drag on for years, ultimately costing taxpayers millions. 13 Investigates is following your money as it flows through the Clark County School District, not to pay teachers or provide resources for students, but to line lawyers' pockets and pay for district misdeeds. Chief Investigator Darcy Spears exposes the taxpayer burden when the district chooses to fight instead of fix a problem.
After the largest legal settlement in Clark County School District history was approved earlier this year, 13 Investigates asked for a list of all the recent cases CCSD has settled. We learned that over the last 4 years, the district paid $35.7 million in settlement costs and legal fees. All of the biggest cases involve special education students, children who are nonverbal or severely limited and could not express on their own what was happening to them.
I can't talk about it right now. Sorry.
The years haven't dried Tamara Timms' tears over what her son endured in 2017 at Kirk Adams Elementary School.
He's nonverbal. He can't communicate.
He couldn't tell his parents what his 4th grade teacher was doing to him.
When I saw it felt like I let my son down because I couldn't protect him.
This video shows 10-year-old Hunter, an autistic special needs student, being abused in the school's multi-purpose room. Teacher Casey Glass can be seen pushing Hunter.
He comes over and takes his food away and throws it in the trash can. And that's when everything broke loose.
Hunter becomes agitated. She repeatedly shoves and kicks a lunchroom table into him, then taunts him by dancing and running back and forth as he reaches out for her.
At first I was mad, and then they just started crying.
Glass also pushes Hunter down by his head, then knocks him to the floor and kicks him in the face.
That was probably the worst thing I'd ever had to go through in my life.
Court records reveal Hunter wasn't alone.
There were other students in her class. There were 2 other classmates of Hunter's. If it wasn't for Hunter, they would have never found out about the other 2.
The Howards and another family of a 9-year-old autistic student sued the district, the teacher, and school administrators. The lawsuits say other teachers and school personnel witnessed Glass abusing her students, also claiming multiple other parents had complained to school leaders about it, but the school concealed the information, failed to properly document the complaints, and failed to discipline the teacher. How did the school deal with this?
Basically, put it under the rug.
Had it been handled differently, Hunter's parents say they would not have sued.
They didn't handle it well. They didn't do anybody any justice. Even the amount of money that they're shelling out isn't doing any justice.
After fighting the 2 lawsuits for years, CCSD shelled out $2.6 million in settlement costs and legal fees. In another case involving special needs students, the district paid just over $3 million to settle 3 lawsuits against Forbes Elementary special education teacher James Duran. The cases allege a litany of physical and verbal abuse. Court records show no one at the district told parents a criminal complaint had been filed against their child's teacher. He continued working at Forbes until he was arrested 6 weeks later. The families found out from media coverage. Duran was ultimately convicted on 1 count of misdemeanor battery. Other 6- and 7-figure lawsuits allege the district failed to act on parent complaints.
And it ends up costing the taxpayers a fortune.
Retired CCSD Associate Superintendent Ed Goldman. Is that a fair use of our money?
No, it's probably not a fair use of our money.
One school district employee is responsible for just over half of the $35.7 million the district paid out from January 2019 through April of this year. Michael Banco, a career CCSD bus driver, is currently serving 35 years to life in prison, convicted of sexually assaulting special needs preschoolers in the back of his bus after school before dropping them off at home.
He's nothing but a monster.
Shireen Archer's granddaughter was one of Banco's victims. We spoke to her in 2015.
These are very young victims, and he chose my granddaughter because he felt that she couldn't talk.
Court records show Banco's crimes were caught on school bus surveillance video. Lawsuits say parents had repeatedly complained to the district that the bus was dropping off their children late, but the district failed to investigate these reports and never looked at the videotapes to determine the cause of the delays. Lawsuits say other employees also reported concerns about Banco, but the district failed to take any action.
Where's the district's responsibility for quickly acting to resolve complaints before they get to the point of a lawsuit?
The ideal answer is that you establish routines that are followed regularly. If a bus is late more than once or twice or whatever it is, you follow through and you find out why.
In the largest settlements in Clark County School District history, 3 cases involving Banco cost taxpayers a total of $18.8 million. Jeff Lawrence of Nevada Policy Research Institute.
When you've got so many telltale signs that something's going wrong and the district doesn't investigate, that's kind of a textbook case of gross negligence on their part. The problem is that nobody individually owns that negligence.
Banco went to prison, but Lawrence points out no one high up in the district lost their job over the failure to properly investigate parents' complaints.
And I think that should be a source of frustration for anyone who pays taxes in Clark County or sends their child to a Clark County school. If the district is going to be able to absorb almost $3 billion a year in tax dollars, they should be held to a much higher standard.
The school district declined our interview request. In a statement, they say general reasons for settlement include assessment of potential risks and benefits and cost of litigation. But there are some fights that many would agree don't make sense.
The district has routinely flouted the law, which is clear.
Though CCSD routinely claims to be open and transparent with the public, they also routinely refuse to release public records. The Las Vegas Review-Journal sued the school district for withholding public records involving the alleged inappropriate behavior of then school board trustee Kevin Child. CCSD fought the case up to the Nevada Supreme Court and lost.
The district withheld those records in clear violation of the law.
It came with a price tag of nearly $250,000.
In my mind, that's inexcusable.
There's much more to come on top of the money we've told you about in this story. CCSD financial statements include a budget of about $60 million for what the district's lawyers believe will have to be paid in the future as a result of lawsuits that are currently pending. Some of that is for workers' comp claims, and the rest is for outside cases like families suing the school district. Darcy Spears, 13 Investigates.